club. Joining me is Glenn Hubbard. He's the former chair of the President's Council of Economic Advisors. Thanks for joining us. What impact do you think these sanctions, the seizure, for instance, of mega yachts and the freezing of assets and bank accounts of Russian billionaires abroad will have on Vladimir Putin's war effort? How much of a bite, how much of a sting do you think?
Well, I think they have a very significant sting. They basically disable the domestic banking system from payments, from providing credit to smaller businesses. President Putin would still be able to use energy cash to recycle in his domestic economy. Those are not covered, another topic maybe for sanctions. But these are absolutely devastating for the Russian economy. The real question, of course, is political. At what point do Russian people harmed by sanctions take action internally? And that no one knows.
Is it possible that Putin sort of has internalized, has already counted on some of these sanctions, and therefore is willing to endure a bit of economic pain to continue this expansionist aggression against his neighbor, Ukraine?
I think that's possible, but I think he may have miscalculated. I think there had been an impression that all of the central bank reserves would be available to President Putin. That, of course, has not been the case with sanctions. I think he thought he had a perhaps warmer financial reception from China than he presently has. So I think there's probably a miscalculation there. But the issue isn't President Putin in pain. I'm not sure he personally will feel much pain. The issue is whether popular pain for small business people, for average people whose economic aspirations are trumped, at what point do they say no?
So if, let's imagine just this dream scenario where Vladimir Putin decides to turn away, to withdraw his troops from Ukraine, and some of these sanctions are dropped. The kind of damage that's being done to the economy, how long lasting can it be?
Actually, quite long lasting. And your question raises an important point. At what point would sanctions be withdrawn? We don't really know a definition either from the Russian side or from the West. Even if sanctions were to be withdrawn, there's now a probability of such sanctions coming back. And that's going to be built into risk premia for Russian assets. So Russia may have financial markets that are pretty close to non-investable by the West.